हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम टू स्टूडेंट पॉइंट एकेडमी। आज हम देखेंगे टीनी टाइनी लेसन के क्वेश्चन आंसर्स। तो फर्स्ट, डिस्क्राइब टीनी टाइनी वुमेन्स हाउस यूजिंग डिटेल फ्रॉम द स्टोरी एंड योर इमेजिनेशन। तो हमें वुमेन का जो घर था उसे डिस्क्राइब करना है। सो द टीनी टाइनी वुमेन्स हाउस was very small and cozy. It probably had a teeny tiny windows and teeny tiny furniture and door. Inside there might have been a teeny tiny table, a teeny tiny chair, and a teeny tiny cupboard where she kept the teeny tiny bone. The house also had teeny tiny staircase that led up to teeny tiny bedroom with a teeny tiny bed covered in teeny tiny clothes. Everything in her house matched her own small size. स्क्रीनशॉट ले लो इसका। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पे चलते हैं फिर। ओके, हमें ब्लैंक्स को फिल करना है। द टीनी टाइनी वुमन लिव्ड इन अ टीनी टाइनी हाउस, went out to take a walk, teeny tiny walk. The teeny tiny woman went to a teeny tiny churchyard. Teeny tiny woman found teeny tiny bone on a teeny tiny grave. Teeny tiny woman put the teeny tiny bone into her teeny tiny cupboard. याद हो गया मुझे ये। The teeny tiny woman went home and put the teeny tiny bone into her teeny tiny pocket. फर्स्ट पॉकेट में आएगा ना, फिर जब वो घर जाएगी तब वो teeny tiny bone into the teeny tiny cupboard. Woman was awakened by a teeny tiny voice from a teeny tiny cupboard. The teeny tiny woman was frightened. The teeny tiny woman said in her loudest teeny tiny voice. स्क्रीनशॉट ले लो इसका, फिर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पे चलते हैं। ये ओके, टीनी टाइनी के जैसे कंपाउंड वर्ड्स लिखना है। इंशी विंसी, टिक टॉक, फ्लिप फ्लॉप, हिकोरी डिकोरी, chit chat, crisscross, ding dong, bow wow. Okay, ma'am. Okay. Next question. Use the list of adjective you have made in the activity on the floor. Okay. First, the, incy spider, climbed, the incy wall. The flip flop frog jumped with a flip flop sound. The ding dong clock woke the chit chat children. The crisscross cat sat on a crisscross mat. The itsy bitsy mouse found an itsy bitsy piece of cheese. स्क्रीनशॉट ले लो इसका. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पे चलते हैं. The think of a repetitive story about an old woman from your mother tongue. Try to translate it into English. Okay. Once there was an old woman baked a tiny sweet bread. The bread jumped out of the oven and rolled away. The woman ran after it, shouting, "Stop, stop, my sweet bread." But the bread, but the bread kept rolling, saying, "Run, run as fast as you can. You cannot catch me. I am the sweet bread man." It rolled past a cow, a dog, and a man, but at last a fox tricked it and ate it. स्क्रीनशॉट ले लो इसका. फिर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन पे चलते हैं. Discuss briefly what you should do when you find something in the street. क्या करोगे आप? So if I find something on the street, I don't keep it immediately. First we'll see if someone nearby has lost it. If it looks valuable, hand it to the I hand it to the police or report it to local authorities. Keeping something keeping something that not that belongs to someone else, that belongs to someone else without trying to return it is dishonest. What could have happened when the old woman said take it? क्या हुआ होगा जब old woman ने कहा कि ले जाओ? When the old woman shouted take it, the teeny tiny ghost or spirit asking for the bone might have taken it and disappeared, leaving her alone. It could also it could also mean she stood up to her fear, and after that the voice never came back. Symbolically, it shows that once you face that scares you, it loses power over you. सो ये था टीनी टाइनी के क्वेश्चन आंसर्स. हम मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में दूसरे क्वेश्चन आंसर्स के साथ, दूसरे टॉपिक के साथ. तब तक के लिए पढ़ते रहो. इसके पहले के प्लेलिस्ट में अवेलेबल है, तो आप जाकर देख सकते हो अगर आपने नहीं देखा हो तो. हम मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में.